Hello, women of the channel. I'm Jacquie Rives, your community leader, and welcome to another Woman of the Week. This week, I am so pleased to introduce you to Tyra McGary, event program specialist with the Channel Company. Hi, Tyra. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Jackie. I'm so grateful to be here.
Well, we sure are grateful to get to know you. Many of the community members have surely seen your name, especially new members that you're welcoming or birthdays we have celebrated the last several months. So I just want to give a special thank you on behalf of myself and the company for the community, all that you've done and how you engaged and showed up for the community these last several months. So thank you.
Thank you. It's been one.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. But let's get to know you. So, where do you live and where did you grow up if that's different?
Yeah, so I currently live in a beautiful, small, hallmark type of town north of New Orleans called Ponchatoula. Originally from California and Louisiana, have the best of both worlds. Both are wonderful, culinary, eclectic states, but I call Louisiana home.
I love that. I didn't know about the California, but I definitely knew about the Louisiana, and that's such a beautiful state. And then you have beignets too, so that's a bonus.
Yes, complete bonus. I tell everyone, I traded cold summers for hot, humid, tropical weather. Growing up in the Bay Area, summer 55 degrees. Now here in New Orleans area, it may be digits. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, yeah, that is a big change. All right, Tara, what is a little known fact or perhaps a fun fact that you're willing to share with us all?
Well, a little known fact, I love to travel. I love blending my love for travel in my career and personal life. So, little known fact, I have been to all continents except Antarctica. I was
Amazing.
due to travel in 2020. We all know what happens. It's back on my radar for 2027. I'll make my final continent stop and yeah, just traveling the world.
That is amazing. Congratulations for putting the focus on that, because that's not an easy feat to get all that traveling and prioritizing it. So I feel like my next question is just suiting for this conversation. So how do you protect and create work-life balance as it is for you?
Well, Jackie, a work life balance is something I've had to learn, relearn, get some help and learn again, especially working in events. It's never ending. It's always fast paced, crazy hours, crazy expectations, and you still have your family, right?
Mhm.
Loved ones, your friends, your fur babies. And now I'm a grandmother. So it's important that I really balance that out. So these days, I'm very intentional about creating the pause. We have family calendars. Some of the family members appreciate it. Some of them are like, holy crap, why are you so busy? But for me, just carving out that time and saying no to projects or saying
Mm.
no to family members that I know that I don't have the time to really give them or give the assignment at hand. And at work, just leaning on my colleagues, raising my hand, saying, "Hey, I need some support," or "Hey, I'm unable to fulfill this in the time that you need it or would like it to be done." So that takes some bravery, right?
Mhm. Yes.
We wanna be superheroes and do all the things for everyone, but now I have a 3-year-old granddaughter and a 6-month-old granddaughter too that wants my time, and I need to give it to them, so, hey, I pause.
Yeah. No, that's these are this is great advice. And so vulnerable and authentic, right? In what you're sharing. Like sometimes it's you're kind of saying what we're all thinking inside, right? Sometimes we just have to say no and also make that time for ourselves.
Mhm.
That's where I struggle.
Self-care is important.
Yes.
It's critical for the mental health, your well-being, and in this industry, we're always burning the candle at both ends.
Hmm.
You just have to decide what side you're gonna kinda dim for a little while.
Yes. No, I love that. That's a great way to put it.
Others because I do understand too that you wanna be there for your team, right?
Hmm.
And the projects at hand, and Sometimes that's a battle, but you'll get there. That's the reason
Yeah.
I'm always willing.
Relearn. Yes. I love that you said that. All right, Tyra, who or what do you look for inspiration or mentorship?
Gosh, I've been blessed, Jackie, over this journey to have wonderful women and men in my life that I could learn from, that helped me, believe in me, challenge me. It's important to take a self inventory, right?
Mm,
Look at who's your closest friends or who you're spending the most time with. And sometimes that is work, right?
yeah.
Sometimes partner, don't be mad at partners, but, sometimes it's, depends on what season we are in our life. But it's important to take a look at that and evaluate how those peers, family, or loved ones are pouring into your life or challenging you so that you're not stagnant. And I've been incredibly blessed to have from a 3-year-old to my 90-year-old grandmother share wisdom with me and make space for me and point out where I need to improve or where I can improve and me being coachable, right? So it's great to have, folks to look up to or things to look towards, but you have to be open to receive it as well.
Yes, yes. Which is, it can be challenging, right? But if we're, open to that, I have found like, you know, being open to hearing it, it just makes you better and even the things around you better, which is amazing.
Yeah.
What are some I mean, you've had, a career journey, right? You've done different things that all kind of fed and led you to where you are today. So, what biases or perhaps stereotypes have you come across along the way and how did you handle them?
Well, keep living and learning.
Yeah.
Have definitely been times when I've been underestimated,
Mm,
either because of my gender, because I didn't fit the perceived or preconceived mold that someone had. Receiving comments like you're too direct or you're too quiet, you're too this, you're too that. Those moments used to sting like crap. I mean, everyone wants to be accepted and play a role that's of support and being in leadership roles or in leadership seats sometimes you have to learn how to address those biases both with grace and with confidence. And for me it was just really learning that balance throughout the years and correcting those misconceptions in real time when needed, more so just letting the results of my work speak for themselves. I also see opportunity, when I'm caught in the crossfire of bias, unconscious or not. Every time I show up authentically and excel, it creates a space for the women coming behind me.
mm.
It require being defensive or proving. It requires showing up. I put in the work. I do my research. I lean in. I ask for questions, and the results are going to prove that person or that team wrong every time without me saying anything.
That is a great answer and lots of good insights that you have pulled together. Beautifully done. We have just a smidge of time, and I really want to get your close out with something that you've learned or perhaps you wish you knew early in your career.
Well, early in my career, Jackie, I wish I knew that rest was not a reward, it's a requirement. So take the vacation, take the shopping spree, be true to you.
That is fantastic advice. You definitely heard it here. You should write that one down. I subscribe to that 100%. It's something that I've always needed to tell myself. And continue to each and every day. Tara, it was amazing getting to know you more. I always love these interviews, but I especially love them with my teammates because I learned so many things that I didn't otherwise know. So thank you for letting us celebrate you as our Woman of the Week.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah. All right, community members, please comment, give your high fives. I guarantee that Tyra is going to engage with you in conversation, share your insights. I know that she would love that. Together, we just keep this conversation going. So until next time, have an amazing week.